I'm a champ. Who wanna battle at dawn? I'm James Bond in the octagon with two razors.
So during my fourth semester at college, I wrote a speech for my public speaking class talking about Trump's immigration policy and just the horrific actions of ICE. I gave that speech about, I think, a month after Mahmoud Khalil was detained. In it, I talked about the Venezuelans that were sent to CCOT and how a majority of them just did not have a criminal record. In fact, 197 of the men did not have any criminal charges whatsoever. 118 of the men were in the middle of their immigration cases when they were deported. Also, it recently came out that there have been 3 men who have stated that they were beaten in CCOT. One of them also claiming that they were sexually assaulted. Something else I talked about in my speech is that the actions by ICE and the Trump administration would get increasingly more horrific, and because of this, there would be violence against ICE agents. Now, fast forward to the 4th of July, and that has actually happened. 10 people went to an ICE facility in Texas where they had fireworks and rifles. They shot those fireworks and those guns at the facility where a police officer was actually shot in the neck. Something else I've dived deeper in regarding like the horrific actions of ICE that I didn't mention in my speech is the fact that they have been detaining Native Americans. The 25th Council of the Navajo Nation came out with a statement that said Native Americans have been questioned and detained by ICE. In some instances, their state IDs and CIBs were not recognized by ICE agents as valid proof of citizenship. If you don't know what a CIB is, it is a certification of Indian blood. I watched a video today taken by Kenny Linez where he recorded an incident he had with Florida Highway Patrol and Border Patrol. And what one of these officers said to him is some of the most heinous, disgusting shit I think I've heard an ICE officer say to a citizen.
To do it, bro. That's not how you arrest people.
Be quiet. Here, I can take care.
I got rights to talk, bro.
You got no rights here.
I do.
You're illegal, brother. Get up.
You don't have rights. You're an amigo. Which, like I said, listening to that is absolutely disgusting. Something I've noticed online is that there are a lot of people who believe that there are 65 million illegal immigrants here in this country, which is not true. Now, someone who has been pretty prominent in Trump's circle is Laura Loomer, who has spread this claim multiple times. 65 million is the amount of Hispanics in this country. Saying that there are 65 million illegal aliens in this country when in reality that is not true and 65 million is the amount of Hispanics in this country, we need to understand that that is a perfect example of a white supremacist dog whistle. Speaking of white supremacy, let's talk about Stephen Miller, someone who is no stranger to spreading Nazi slogans.
America is for Americans and Americans only.
He is the reason why so many people are being detained and arrested, mainly because he has tripled the quota for the amount of people ICE has to arrest and detain, which is pretty interesting when Stephen Miller reportedly has a financial stake in a company that is contracting with ICE. I remember during Trump's debate with Biden, where he claimed that hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants have killed hundreds of thousands of American citizens, which is not true.
On everything. He's the one that killed people with the bad water, including hundreds of thousands of people dying and also killing our citizens when they come in. We are living right now in a rat's nest. They're killing our people in New York, in California, in every state in the union because we don't have borders anymore.
According to U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, in the past 8 to 9 years, there have been less than 300 homicides committed by non-citizens. But in general, the idea that illegal aliens are causing this large wave of crime is just false. When in reality, the crime rate for illegal immigrants is much lower than it is for legal citizens. I think it's pretty ridiculous that some people genuinely believe that even if you're not a criminal, you're working hard, you're contributing to society, if you can do all of that and still not have papers, you should be deported, which is ridiculous. If someone doesn't have papers and is actually living a life in the United States, they should be granted citizenship. I don't understand why deportation is the only option.
A strong song as long as you groove to them. I keep the crowd loud when you hype. Do damage on stage and injure the mic. As I shoot the gift, MC stand stiff while my rhyme stick to you like Skippy and Jeff. Feel my blood fist.